See, four, five programs you studied, 4, 5 programs. If you want to change the browser, window, web browser, here you can change the browser also. See, first, right click, run on server. Select the server, click on finish. Here only browser appears. Test. First program. Second program also already deployed. You can run. Second/second. Okay. Next time program I given. Basics/time. Time program. After that I given count. Basics/count. Again started with 1. After that again I given table. Okay. I given table. Table program. Okay. After that I given image. Like this. Okay. 6 programs you studied. 5 or 6. 6. See. See, all in a one program here, in a basics only, I written solids. See, 4 solids are written here. Counter solid, image solid, table solid, time solid. 4 solids. In first one solid and second one solid. Total 6 programs you studied. Okay. Now, next concept, MIME types. Note MIME. Just MIME write it. That is some problem is there. Okay, 1 minute. That is tomorrow they'll adjust. MIME type. Now, MIME stands for multi-purpose internet mail extensions. MIME stands for multi-purpose internet mail extensions. MIME stands for multi-purpose internet mail extensions. It is used by browser and server. It is used by browser and server to identify the content. It is used by browser and server to identify the content. It is used by browser and server to identify the content. MIME stands for multi-purpose internet mail extensions. It is used by browser and server to identify the content. See, suppose if I ask like this, demo.c, test.cpp, and sample.java. If I ask, is these 3 which is Java file? If I ask, can you answer or not? How do you know? With that extension, you will understand it is Java program. Without opening that file, without seeing that content, you can give answer, it is a Java program. Okay. No need to open file. No need to see the Java program. Without seeing that only, with seeing this extension only can give answer. It is a Java program. Like that, MIME types are there. Seeing that MIME types, browser will understand the content type. Based on that, it will open. Suppose MS Word content is there, it will open in MS Word. Excel content is there, it will open in Excel sheet. If PowerPoint content is there, it will open in PowerPoint. While downloading, automatically PowerPoint open, MS Word open, no? PDF file is there, Acrobat Reader software open, like that. But the software should be installed in your system. Otherwise, unknown type comes. Okay. Say from client system, you will send the request to server system. Okay. Suppose you will send the request Flash player type. Suppose assume. Then you are sending request to download Flash player file. You are sending request to download Flash player file. From server, one browser comes or one response comes. One response comes. In your system, Flash player plugin is not there. Flash player software is not there. First install Flash player, one message comes. You observe how server knows in my system Flash player is not there. What do you mean? From browser, you'll send one request to download Flash player file. One message comes from your server. In your system, Flash player is not there. First you install, then only you can see the content. One message comes. So what is happening actually, whenever you pass the request, with your request, which browser you are using, it is passed. Which version you are using, passed. What are the plugins are already installed with that browser, that information also passed. That's what server knows which browser you are using, which version you are using, what are the plugins are there. Okay. That's what in a service method, request response, two parameters we are writing. No, that request is not dummy. That request is not dummy. With that request only it is getting some information. So you observe sometimes what will happen, you will send the request to download some content. One message comes, your browser is old browser, you download, upgrade your browser, then only you can see the content. One message comes. So it is old browser or new browser also it knows. Okay. Flash player is there or not also it knows. Okay. Suppose you open Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge, with that search for Google. When a message comes, download and install Google Chrome, you will get a response very quickly. That means you are using Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer also it knows. Got your point? So your request is not dummy. Every day we are writing in a service method. Here in every day we are writing in a service method. Two parameters. This request is not dummy. Okay. From client system, whatever it comes, this is only receives. This servlet request only responsible to receive request. Servlet request only responsible to receive request. So which browser you are using, we can find out. Which version we are using, we can find out. What are the plugins are there, we can find out. In the servlet request interface, so many methods are there. With that, we can find out. This servlet request is not empty. It is not dummy. It is not empty. It knows which browser you are using. It knows which version you are using. What are the plugins are there. So that's the reason it will send one message. It will send one message. Okay. Now, here, whenever you send the request, what will happen? Browser information also pass it to server. Version information also pass it to server. As well as plugins information also pass it to server. Suppose you open Microsoft Edge. Yeah, you type Google search, google.com. One message comes from server. In your system, install Google Chrome browser. You will get a response very quickly. Then seeing that message, you'll download Google Chrome, you'll install, you'll follow. But server knows in my system, Google Chrome is not there. That's what it is sending message. But how it knows? With that request only. Okay. Now you send one request to open content. One message comes. It is browser, Google Chrome browser 21 version or 22 version. You upgrade to 23 version. You'll get it. You can see the content. One message comes. Which version we are using also it knows. Okay. You send request to MS Word file. MS Office software is not installed in your system. First install MS Office, it shows. So these all through servlet request possible. Servlet request is responsible to receive request parameters. Servlet response is responsible for sending response to a client system. That's what two parameters will be there. In previous programs, we didn't use servlet request in previous programs, but we use it every day, servlet response only. See, response.getWriter every day we are using. Okay. So this request also not empty. This request also not empty. It contains so much information. Now you observe with this MIME type, it will understand. MIME types, it is just like a file extension type. Note down list of MIME types. List of MIME types. List of MIME types. Text by HTML. Text by PDF. Image by JPG. Image by BMP. Application by MS Word. Application by vnd.ms-excel dash etc. These all words myself I am not giving. These are W3C consortium designed. Okay, that will be like that only outright. Here MS Word only outright. Here vnd.ms-excel only outright. But here VND, if you write, it doesn't work. Here only MS Word type. If you write MS Excel, it doesn't work. These are unique names are there for every software. W3C consortium, nothing but internet standard purpose. W3C consortium is there, but this is working. But all standards no one is maintaining. But this is they're maintaining. Otherwise, not possible to see the content. Every software, one unique MIME type is there. Seeing this, it will understand it is a HTML text, then it will open normal browser. Seeing this, it will understand it is a portable document format, Acrobat Reader software required. Seeing this, it will understand photos. Google Photos is concept like photos, pictures, some softwares are there, that software required. This one, Paintbrush required. For this one, MS Word required. For this one, Excel required. So which version, which software, based on that MIME type you have to write. But these MIME types, thousands of types are there. Every software, one MIME type is there. That MIME type is unique in the world. But how to see? That is also in a Google only you can see. You can search. Just if you type here, MIME type lists, MIME types list. If you type, first link only comes. Oh, not this one, this one. This is here. So many are there. Okay, every side many are there. This is so many are there. Freeformatter.com. Here list of MIME types, internet media types. You observe. Here software name will be there. Here MIME type will be there. This is you have to follow like this. Suppose MS Word in alphabetical order. You observe how many MIME types are there? So many are there. Still scroll bar here only. You observe. Still scroll bar there only. So these all unique words are there. Unique. See, alphabetical order. MS Word means W. Microsoft Word. M. Okay. In Microsoft Access, Microsoft in alphabetical order is there. See here. Microsoft Word. What we have tried? Application / MS Word. Okay. Suppose MS Excel. Microsoft Excel. See here what is there? Application /vnd.ms-excel. So that is yourself. You cannot write your own. That is unique words they given. Okay. So that may be MS Excel. Some other softwares may be already assigned. That is the reason VND vendor.ms-excel they given. So because hundreds of softwares are there, thousands of softwares are there. For every software, one MIME type, unique MIME type they given. Based on that, you can write. Then browser will understand that software opened in the display. You observe how to write MIME type. You see, there is one method, set content type. Java P Java Jakarta dot Soulet response. Actually here one default MIME type is text by HTML. That is also write it better. Default MIME type is text by HTML. Default MIME type is text by HTML. So if you want HTML, no need to specify. By default, text by HTML only. So text HTML format. Default MIME type is text by HTML. Now, default is text by HTML. If you want HTML format, no need to write. That means in all the previous programs, HTML is there. By default, text by HTML is there. That's what normal in a browser only displayed. But here, if you set any other MIME type, no, that software opened automatically. Now see. Suppose in this program only. Now first, how to set? How to set? This one, method. Note on this one. Note on this one. MIME type. Set content type. Set content type, string MIME type. Soulet response reference dot set content type. One MIME type you have to set. That is going to set. With that, browser will understand. It opens in that particular software. Okay. So response dot set content type, you have to write that response you are packing like a with this particular MIME type. Then browser whenever receives seen this MIME type, it will understand you required in a MS Word. Then MS Word open. If you required in Excel, it will understand it is you required Excel. So based on that, it will design. See, right click, new, solid. Now package name basics. Suppose MIME solid. Generic solid. Next, suppose MIME. Okay. Next, remove, finish. Here, first you set the MIME type. Response dot set content type. Whatever you want, that is you can set. Here, text application by MS Word. Then MS Word open. You can write whatever you want. Print writer PW equal to response dot get writer. It is normal. Something welcome. This message now it will display in Word. Now it will display in a Word. You observe. Right click, run on server, save. Restart the server. Now output displayed in MS Word. See, MIME. If I type, see, one dialog box came. You observe. Do you want to open or save this file? That Word format you observe automatically recognized, no? Now, if you click open, it is stored in RAM, it will display. If you click save, it is permanently stored in your system. So whichever you want, you can use. Open. Now it will open in a MS Word. Okay. Now MS MIME. If you save, suppose I want to save in desktop. Where you want to save, it is asking. Save. See, after saving, open. It will open in Word like this. Okay. This is MIME type concept. Now, write this example. Write this one. So just one line, response dot set content type. Seeing this line, browser will understand in which software you want response. Based on that software open displayed. So now this welcome message displayed in MS Word. Is it over? Now, in this project only, dynamic web project only, 5 solets are written. 5 solets. Okay, 5 solets are written. Okay, these 5 solets configured with XML. See, you observe 5 times configured. You observe XML file. It is solid, time solid. It is configured /time. Next, counter solid, configured /count. Table solid, configured /table. Image solid, configured image. Mime solid, configured mime. See, these all automatically generated. Programmer no need to write in Eclipse. Okay. Even here also you observe what you are writing. These all code generated. Only these 3 lines we written. In 3 lines also, automatic code assistance also will be there. Okay. Print write PW if you write, response dot if you write, method name comes. You'll select. That's it. Okay. So just respond dot, then list of methods appears. Whichever required, you are selecting. So here we are not creating folder structure. We are not writing XML. We are not writing remaining importing statements. These all, everything automatically comes. That's what 10 programs in a 1 hour also you can write. Possible. Okay, very quickly possible. Manually you have seen how much time it has taken to create. That is understanding subject purpose I explained. Okay, but here what is happening internally you cannot understand here. With that only you understood the way of execution process, everything. Okay, that is the reason one program manually I taught. Now without XML file also one more concept is there, annotations. Next heading, annotations. Next concept, annotations. In core Java, some annotations we studied, no? What are you studied? Override, functional interface. The 2 only important, remaining all nothing. Many are there, but only useful annotation, only 2 in core Java. You studied this one. Add symbol, override. You studied, no? This is. These 2 annotations are useful annotation in core Java. These annotations for compiler purpose, but here annotations server purpose. Here different. Write it. Annotations are meta tags that are used to pass some additional information Annotations are meta tags that are used to pass some additional information to web container about solid, filter, solid listener, filter, filter, dash, etc. Annotations are meta tags that are used to pass some additional information to web container about solid listener, filter, dash, etc. The following annotations are used in solids. First one, all annotation begins with at symbol. Okay, at web solid, at web listener, at web filter. The following annotations are used in solids: at web solid, at web listener, at web filter. The above annotations are used to specify URL pattern. The above annotations are used to specify URL patterns. It is an alternative to a web.xml. It is an alternative to a web.xml. It is an alternative to a web.xml. Say Spring framework, Spring Boot framework. Two frameworks are there. Spring framework with XML, Spring Boot framework with annotations. Like that. Spring Boot, that is a major difference. Like first XML came later. The above annotations are used to specify URL patterns. It is an alternative to web.xml. The above all annotations are the part of the above all annotations are part of Jakarta dot solid dot annotation package. Jakarta dot solid dot annotation package. The above all annotations are the part of Jakarta dot solid dot annotation package. So these all available in this package. If it is Tomcat 9, Jakarta plays Java X. That's it. Up to Tomcat 9. Tomcat 10 onwards, Jakarta. Even JSP definition, Java server pages we are calling. Latest version, Jakarta server pages will call. Java also Indonesian island name. Jakarta also one more island name. That's it. Both are same. Both are island names only. Now, is it over? The above all annotations are the part of Jakarta.solid.annotation package. Here we can instead of XML, we can use this. How to write, you observe. Is it over? Writing is over. Say. Suppose right click, new solid. File name basics. Here class name. Suppose annotation solid. Generic solid. Next. Suppose I'll write annotation. These names, whatever you want, you can write. Next, I'll remove. Now you observe here, just print writer pw equal to response dot get writer. Here, just I'm writing welcome only. Here, annotation I'll write, you observe. Now, actually, that is already dynamic web project. I selected XML. That is the reason XML generated. Okay, suppose here I'll write at WebSolid. Here slash annotation I'm writing. Okay. Now slash annotation I'm writing. This is, we are specifying annotation is a URL pattern of this solid. Okay. Now you observe here jakarta.solid.annotation.websolid, that is imported because this is available here. Now if I run this program, we'll get an error because XML also I configured. Okay. Now what will happen? See, right click, run on server, save, select next, finish, restart the server. Now while starting server only error comes. If you are getting this error means it is related to annotation XML configuration. See what we are getting, starting Tomcat version 10.0 localhost has encountered problem, failed to start. Okay. Here we are getting this error. In this case, what you have to do is, sometimes what will happen, by default annotation comes there, by default XML also comes in Eclipse. That is, you have to take care. Now either what we have to do here, only two options, either remove annotation or remove XML. Any one you have to remove. Here now what I'll do, I'll remove this annotation XML. You observe this configuration I'll remove. Now it works. Right click, run on server, save. Now I removed XML. Either remove XML or remove annotation. Both are there, error comes. Now error will not come. It browser comes. See, browser. After that, annotation. See, welcome. Okay. Like this, instead of writing XML configuration, I used annotation. This is just one line attached. Okay. Now this is annotation example. But here you need to import this package, annotation sub package also you have to import. This package you have to import and this sub package also you have to import. Okay. This is annotation. That's it. Remaining same. Write this example. All basics 8 programs completed. Basics, just basics. Remaining concepts I'll teach now. Write this one. So instead of XML, go for annotations. Whichever you feel comfortable, that is you can use. Both are working present. Sometimes Eclipse cannot recognize automatically XML generated. Sometimes automatically this module version will be there based on module. This is Solid 3.0 came annotation concept. Previously XML only. Here still so many concepts I would explain. Servlet request, servlet response, and servlet config, servlet context. I give an API. And HTTP servlet, that is generic. Now present we are using generic servlet, you observe. HTTP servlet, generic servlet, HTTP servlet. Is it over? So here at web servlet / annotation I written. It is a URL pattern of this servlet, like that informed to browser, to web container. So whatever you are writing here, it is a URL pattern of this servlet. See, just one line instead of writing XML. But XML also Eclipse generates. Annotation also you will write just one word. That is also, this is also you are not writing anyhow. Through Eclipse only you are following. That is also working. That is old version. This is new version. That's it. Anyone you can follow. Okay. Now HTTP servlet and HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response, these all required. But till you are learning generic servlet, these all I have to explain. Okay. Now, first one application, I'll give that up for that application. I'll go for HTTP servlet. That theory also I'll explain. See, one application in real-time application type. Suppose first of all, output should be like this. Welcome to Naresh Technologies. After this, one login form, login hyperlink, one more registration hyperlink. One minute. Say, welcome to Naresh Technologies. Here, two hyperlinks, login hyperlink and registration hyperlink. Registration hyperlink. Okay. Now, this is HTML program. Just HTML. This file name homepage.html. Homepage.html. Okay. Homepage.html. New user. First, you'll click on registration. When you click on registration, one more program. That file name registration.html. Otherwise reg.html. So on file name. Here registration form. Registration form. Here first name, last name or surname, username, password, some fields, whatever you want you can write. First name, last name, address, mobile number, mail ID, whatever you want, all fields you can write. After this, submit button, reset button. These fields a number of you can write. Submit, reset. It is submit button. It is reset button. This is one file. Okay. Now, new user will click on registration hyperlink. Then registration form appears. You will enter first name. You will enter last name. You will enter username. You will enter password. Even other details also you'll enter. Later you'll click on submit button. Whenever you click on submit button, here another program open. This is solid. Here solid. Here solid. Suppose the solid name is registration solid.java. Whatever I entered here, all will be received. These are called request parameters. Now solid request required. First name received, last name received, username received, password received. Received. After receiving, it is going to be stored in database. Now JDBC required, SQL required, okay, HTML required. Now it is Oracle database. Oracle database. Now this data I database. Here one table. For example, users table. Users or uinfo something. User information table. Now here first name, last name, these all. First name, last name, uname, pivot. Okay. First name, last name, uname, pivot. Like 4 fields in a table. This table first we have to create. Okay. This whatever you enter, that is stored in database. After that, one message. You have registered successfully. After this, from here itself also you can click on login hyperlink. Login. If you click another program, here login form. Login form. Here just username, password. Username, password. Here username, password, submit button, reset button. Submit, reset. If we click this hyperlink also, this program. Even if we click here also, same program. It will login.html. Okay. Now you'll type username. You'll type password. You'll click on submit button. When you click on submit button, another program. Login solid. Login solid. Now we'll receive username and password. Here username received, password received. After receiving, it is check in the database. Okay. If exist, given username, password, if exist, then welcome username. Welcome that username. Else, invalid username, password. Okay. This is our task. Yes, sir. Three HTML programs, two solids, their JDBC code, SQL code, HTML code, and again XML or annotation, all we are going to use. See there, click the chart button, again, chart box. See, 1 minute, I'll save, otherwise I'll save, I'll open again. Now, write this one. So three HTML pages, two solids, one XML, JDBC solid, we have to mix. You have successfully registered successfully login. Okay, otherwise just minute. I'll open this close. Listen the class, listen the class. First you write the diagram. Login and registration. Write this one. So three HTML programs, two solids, one XML. JDBC also we have to write in solid. We have to combine. Okay. Is it over? No. If you click here also, this page, if you click here also, same page. So very first time you will click here. Second time onwards, you will click here. That type. After registration, here only, no need to come back. Very fast, second time onwards, directly home page to login. Directly login also you can type. Login and registration forms. Over. I'll explain once again. Just you observe. First, we'll send. Is it over? Completed? See. First, we'll send the request to homepage.html. First, we'll send the request to homepage.html. Then, welcome to Naresh AI Technologies appears. Two hyperlinks appears. Login, registration. This is totally HTML. We are not writing Java code. Okay. Very first time, you will click on registration hyperlink. Then registration.html program open. Here, registration form, only 4 fields are given. First name, last name, username, password. But not only 4. N number of you can write. Because you already learned HTML, no? Check boxes, radio button, those all also you can write. N number of. Like first name, last name, address, mobile number, mail ID, all details, whatever you want, you can provide. You can write here. At last, you'll click on submit button. Whatever you enter, all will be received by this solid. These all will be received. These details we are going to store in database. How will store? JDBC code. JDBC code will write here. So JDBC code will write. Insert query also will write. SQL also will write. Okay. Now here we have to establish a connection with database also. That code we have to write. After that, SQL queries you have to write. JDBC code you have to write. And receiving request, solid. Again, sending response. You have registered successfully. Solid response. After that, again here HTML also. So in this one program only, solid code will be there, JDBC code will be there, SQL code will be there, HTML also will be there. All will mix in a one program. Here, login hyperlink. You have registered successfully message HTML and sending to database connection establishment code JDBC. Insert query SQL and receiving these parameters, sending this one solid. Okay. Here in this program only, solid code will be there, JDBC code will be there, SQL code will be there, HTML code will be there. All will be combined. Okay. Later we use MVC frameworks to make it separate. MVC. That is MVC also on content like last topic. Okay. At the time I show how to make it also. Now. Like login if you click here it comes. You'll enter your username, password, submit button. These two received. It will check in the database. Here also same. Solid will be there, JDBC will be there, SQL will be there, HTML will be there. All combined. its HTML is welcome username, invalid username, password HTML, and checking in a database JDBC SQL, and receiving username password, sending this message solid JDBC SQL HTML. All will write. Okay. This is our task. These three programs are nothing. Only HTML. Okay. Homepage.html, login.html, org.html. These three are just HTML programs. These two only major role. Okay. Here solid code, JDBC code, SQL code, HTML code. All will be there in these two programs. Now, how to receive request parameters that is required. For that, solid request required. But before going to solid request, in previous programs also, object creation order is there. Object creation order. Okay. Object creation order I have to explain to write that program. See, suppose this program, whenever first request comes, what will happen? Object created to this. Now, after creating object, it will search for init method. Init method not there. It is there in the super class. That init method called. After that, this service method called. When second request comes, directly service called. Third request comes, service called. Like this you studied. But actually, before this object only, solid context object created. But what is solid context? I didn't explain. That is required to learn that program also. Write it. The object creation order by web container. The object creation order by web container. First, solid context. Next, user defined solid. Next, solid config. Next, solid request and solid response. The object creation order by web container. First one, solid context. Second one, user defined solid. Third one, solid config. Fourth one, solid request and solid response. The object creation order by web container. First one, solid context. Second one, user defined solid. Third one, solid config. Fourth one, solid request and solid response. Now I would explain. But what is solid context later? Solid context is created. First, solid context is created by web container whenever web application is deployed on server. Solid context is created by web container whenever web application is deployed on server. Solid context is created by web container whenever web application is deployed on server. Solid context is created by web container whenever web application is deployed on server. Application, if you deploy on server, then only context created. But that context we didn't use till. What is context also I didn't explain till. Okay. What is context also I didn't explain. But in the API, solid context name word I given already. Interfaces list, classes list I given, no? Their solid context I given. But solid context is nothing but some memory that is created. Say the object creation order by web container. First this is created, second this is created, third this is created, fourth this is created. Okay. Now, whenever web application deployed, then only created. Whenever web application is deployed, created. Suppose here, how many projects we developed here? You see in the basics demo, not demo, first, second, these three remaining all previous concepts, JDBC code. Basics, one dynamic web project. First is one dynamic web project. Second is one dynamic web project. That means 3 applications we deployed. Then 3 contexts created. For this one context, for this one context, for this one context. Every application one context created. Whenever you deploy, context created. Whenever you undeploy, context destroyed. Say right click, run on server. Here, select the server. Next, here. Now these 3 deploying. If you don't want, remove all. That is not possible because already selected second. Now this is only context created. These 2 contexts destroyed. That type. Deployed, undeployed. Okay. Now here, whenever context is created, whenever application deployed, then context created. But what is the use of context? What is context? Where we have to use context? I didn't explain till. This present only this one, remember. Next, user defined solid object is created by web container whenever first request comes to a solid. User defined solid object is created by web container whenever first request comes to a solid. User defined solid object is created by web container whenever first request comes to a solid. User defined solid object is created by web container whenever first request comes to a solid. So first request, that is for solid, not for application. In a one application, 5 solids also we can place. You already seen in a basics folder, basics dynamic web project, 5 solids are there. Okay. But for first request, whenever first request comes, then your object created, your solid object. Next, solid config is created by web container whenever init method is called. Solid config is created by web container whenever init method is called. Init method, when it is called, first request. That means first request comes no, then object created with that init method called config created, all at a time. That means solid request and solid response are created by web container. Solid request and solid response are created by web container whenever for every request. Solid request and solid response are created by web container for every request. Every request. Now, based on this, I'll ask one question, give me answer. One web application has 5 solids. One web application has 5 solids. Total 1000 requests came. 1000 requests came to 1000 requests came to this application for 5 solid. Now 5 solids. One web application has 5 solids. 1000 requests came to this application solids. Now, how many contexts created? One web application has 5 solets. Total 1000 requests came to 5 solets. How many? One only. When web solid context created? Whenever web application deployed. It is how many applications are there? One. So one context created. How many user defined solid objects created? How many solids are there? 5 solids are there. Every solid, one object. 5 objects created. Next, how many configs created? 5. Every solid init method is there. First request only created. So 5. How many solid requests and solid response? 1000 requests, 1000 responses. Every request, solid response. Okay. Because in this application, 1000 users, username same will be there. Every time it has to create. Every time it has to create. Request, response. Every user separate. Request and response, every user it has to create separate. So this order, the object creation order by web container. First solid context, next user defined solid, next solid config, next solid request, solid response. Say application will deploy, then only this is created. When first request comes, this object created. With this object only init method called. Init method called, in the init method parameter solid config will be there. Then config created. Config created. Service method called. Then request response. Second request comes. These all not created. Only this one. Third request comes. Only this one. Fourth request comes. Only this one. Like that. If another solid is there, for that again for solid, this process continued. Okay. This is, you remember, don't forget. We'll see tomorrow, this continuation. Now online students, now you can ask your doubts one by one. I'll clarify. This is port numbers.
To change the port number.
8005 8082 not working in your system. Change. Just here. Here you select the server.
Yes.
Online students, 1 minute, one by one, I'll clarify your doubts. Online students, Vijay Kumar, HTTP status 404 found. That is your mistake only. You have to check the program. Otherwise, you program screenshot, mail to my mail ID. Arif Sheikh, drives you contact admin only. Harshit, I didn't teach Eclipse shortcuts. Okay, tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'll teach. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'll teach. Annotation solid, just at web solid URL pattern will write. That's it. Harshika, still it will take 45 days to complete. Pradeep, yeah, annotations without Eclipse also possible. Snehal, 45 days it will take till. Deepak Krishna, that is server hardware configuration, software configuration. If it is less, it may crash. Vijay Kumar, status 404. That is already told. That is your mistake only. Abhishek, yeah, you can join in spring class. Venkat, in another device also possible, but device name LAN connection required. Neo, 5 solids, 5 configs only created. Vijay Kumar, for many reasons that error message comes. Raju, underlined red color you are getting import statement means that is module info.java delete. Otherwise, JRE library, you set the path, build path. Harshit, at web solid, just URL pattern. That's it. Mayank Pandey, that 500 error also many problems comes. You screenshot, program screenshot, mail to my mail ID. Yogesh, port number problem only, that is. You change the port number. My mail ID is there on header and footer every page. Srishel, Maven software comes under tools. Maven, Gradle, these all comes under tools. Development, security, operations tools. 10 plus tools they'll teach. That is separate batch is there. This is my mail ID. This mail ID in a PDF file, every page, header and footer is there. You can check it. Any other doubts? We'll see continuation tomorrow. Annotation program, it is nothing, one line only written, only this line. It is a URL pattern of this solid. That's it. I written only that one. Kaustub, I have no idea about that server. You check it, maybe. We'll see continuation tomorrow. In this program, nothing is there. Print writer, welcome. Solid not for designing. It is only for controlling. We'll see continuation tomorrow.